ninja and assassin under one roof. 12 episodes, slice of life, comedy, and a manga adaptation. Now, we have all, at least in one time or another, watched one of those anime that start very cute, sweet, and wholesome, or by the end of the first episode, or from the second episode onward, it becomes super dark and depressing and nightmare filled. And I would say that this anime falls under that category because they do very dark and disturbing things throughout the anime, but they show it in such a nonchalant or a comedic type of way that yes, sometimes you laugh or sometimes you don't, but you still recognize that this is just dark and disturbing in many ways if you think about it for more than a second. But look, before I continue this mini rant, let me just tell you about this story. We have our main character Satako, who is the ninja, who doesn't fit in her ninja village. She just want to escape. Doesn't want to do the endless training. So she and many other ninja escaped. She managed to leave the village, but doesn't have any skills, so she's pretty much starving to death. When our other main character, Konoha, who is the assassin, who finds her and decide, okay, the two of them make a deal because Satako the ninja, she's being pursued by other ninjas for being a deserter, or fleeing the village, so they're trying to kill her. So Konoha is going to protect her and kill anybody that tries to do her harm. And Satako, the ninja, in return, she is going to help dispose of the bodies. And what I mean is that Kanaho, the assassin, being her ninja job works in terms of ranking, that the more people, the not only the more people you kill, but in the most efficient way, or if you hide the evidence, the more your ranking goes up throughout the, I don't know, the app, a type of app, and that's how her job works. But Satako, the ninja, has the ability to turn anything into leaves. And yes, she, as soon as the assassin kills somebody, well, the ninja Satako turns them into leaves, and that's how the dynamic of between the two. Now, the Konoha, she is such a, I won't say cold-hearted, but she lives by the beat of her own drum. She's very cold and distant, but at the same time, you see that she's not completely heartless. She does at least do a kind gesture once in a while. But by the end of it, Konoha and Satako being a very scatterbrain, doing just she's the definition of do first, think later. And yes, the two of them throughout the episode grow closer. Konoha stop being super cold and distant, and super cold and distant distance, and where she grows cold, closer to Satako throughout the episode, being more honest and more caring. And honestly, the relationship between those two is a little bit, let's say, because the way it's presented in the anime, it's almost like a soft Yuri, or jury bait, another word, but it's like that. Now, like I said, Konoha being the assassin, she is the obviously the one that kills, because Satako doesn't have any combat experience. And let me just say This is the what I was saying in the beginning, how a cute girl doing dark and disturbing things, or an anime that is cute and turns dark later on. Konoha, look, they kill people, but they show it like in a unserious or a comedic way that you might laugh or you might not. But the disturbing thing is that to me, the anime or the manga adaptation goes out of the way to make you feel bad for those persons that are killed, because one thing is like in the first or second episode, when they just appear for a one or two a couple of seconds, that turn into leaves and that's it. But in later episodes they start showing you their backstory, or showing the characters that are killed throughout the episode. They show you their backstory, their personalities, their wants, their dream. One girl recently getting a boyfriend, one girl recently getting finally got her dream house. One girl got her first ever job, that is not without having being an assassin or ninja. So the anime shows you this girls that are killed, or the girls that are about to get killed. They showed you a little bit of their personalities and what I said before, and you cannot help but going, oh, I want. There were many episodes where I was, I hope that this is one that gets to live, because she's so. Look, all of those girls that are killed have such unique character models and personalities that you by just seeing them you think, oh, those these girls will totally fit with the main cast and become a recurring episode, a recurring character, sorry. And no, killed instantly. And I feel bad because, oh no, I really like her, I wanted her to live. But it never happened yet. Now there's magically, by a little bit, by episode 6 or 7, there are recurring characters that do constantly return, that are not killed. But honestly, those characters are not nearly as interesting as the one that got killed throughout the episodes. And and yes, so this is an anime that. And one thing that I have to say, the comedy was on point. When I there were many scenes that I either laughed out of almost out of my seat, and some of them were intended to be funny, and some of them were just so really ridiculous that you couldn't help but laugh, because you were going, how can you not notice this, or something like that. I'm not going to spoil the joke, but yes. And yes, like I said, there were many dark moments throughout this anime where Konoha the assassin, she kills a couple of person, that not the ninjas or assassin pursuers or anything like that. Not necessarily innocent bystander, but the contracts that appear on her app, of her assassin app. And it took a lot of dark turns. For one, she actually, from her school, this is an episode 1, from her school, her one of her classmates that she's very in friendly terms with, she received a contract to kill her father, and she did it without hesitations. And now, because killing her father, and her mother is now, it wasn't killed by assassin, but by context of the way they were speaking, maybe she died when she was little by an illness or something. But her father was her only source of guardianship, So the school friend, yeah, that killing her father completely relay completely changed the course of her life, because now she has to get a job, she cannot afford college, and she will have to struggle a bit in life. And Konoha is not completely cold-hearted. When her friends tells about her struggles, she doesn't make a face like, oh, I feel your pain, I was the cause of this, but nothing I can do. I got a contract, I have to do it. Some it's a sort of face. But oh man, this anime was just super wild out there. Every episode was just crazier than the other, but it was still a super enjoyable watch that I really recommend. I'm going to give you now my score, and I'm going to give this one a score of 8, an 8 out of 10. Really enjoy it, really recommend it. Now, it's really disturbing in many ways. So, just going to leave it here. So, have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're from. See you next video.